Hi guys, Adra here, and welcome to Antaroth's Abyss Dungeon Guide. But first, I'm gonna make pancakes. Now, when that is done, let's start with the first boss. First boss, appearance-wise, is similar to Nagast from Alone of Dawn. He also shares a lot of similarities with bosses from Caliban's Dreadnought and Saravash's Ascent. If you have a hard time telling if the boss is enraged or not, you can look at his HP bar. When the bar is flashing red, he is enraged. Now, the first boss has 6 normal attacks that can be iframed or blocked. Attack 1, Attack 2, Attack 3, Attack 4, Attack 5, and Attack 6. Now, let's move to his special attacks, and he has 4 of them. First one is AoE, which means that he hits everyone around him. Getting hit by this attack will knock you down. This can be iframed. Second one is tank only attack, and with this attack he pushes tank back. Third one is small circle that he puts on one of the party members. This attack can be blocked or iframed. Fourth attack is basic in-out. Now, there are 2 variants of this attack. To know which one of these 2 variants boss will use, you need to pay attention to his backstab. Which means, if he backstabs, he will do an outer AoE followed by inner AoE. If the boss doesn't backstab, he will do an inner AoE followed by an outer AoE. Next, we have 4 key mechanics: Ice Patch, delete this, massive in-out, and double AoE. First key mechanic is Ice Patch. The way it works is boss targets one of the party members with small red circle that is filling up. After the circle fills up, which is really fast, Ice Patch will appear. Now, you need to place that Ice Patch away from the boss. However, not too far away, because you will need it for the next mechanic, delete this, which I'll explain now. Second mechanic, delete this, starts with the text "Your flesh will be deleted" appears on the screen. The boss will first do wide AoE attack that needs to be iframed. If you fail to iframe this, you will be knocked into the air, unable to move. He will follow this up with a fire breath at the furthest target. The targeted person will be the one with the secondary aggro. This person needs to go in the Ice Patch and let the Ice Patch stack to 3 before the boss shoots his laser. If someone didn't manage to iframe this, they will be the target. However, if everyone managed to iframe this attack, the target will be probably the healer. Fire Breath is just heavy hitting laser attack and can be mitigated. Well-geared classes with damage reducing moves, like Warrior, will most likely be able to face tank this laser, even during enrage. Lancers can use Divine Protection or Garden Barrier to block for teammates who got knocked up or didn't reach the Ice Patch in time. In hard mode, he does 2 lasers back to back instead of 1. Pro tip: confident healer should make sure to move away from the boss while iframing the AoE. The healer should grab the secondary aggro so all the DPS have free back time on the boss. Third key mechanic is massive in-out. This mechanic depends on boss's enraged status. First part of this mechanic is whole map AoE attack that needs to be iframed. Second part is the in-out mechanic. So if the boss is enraged, it will be big AoE, inner AoE, outer AoE. If the boss is not enraged, it will be big AoE, outer AoE, inner AoE. However, the damage here is minimal and it's very hard to iframe, so even if you take damage, you will be fine. Fourth and final key mechanic for the first boss is called double AoE. For this mechanic, boss will put a circle around every party member. DPS need to stack on each other while tanks moves back from the boss. Healer can stack wherever they want. While you are inside of the circle, boss will do an AoE outside of the circle. After that AoE is finished, you need to iframe out of the circle because boss will do AoE in it. Second boss of this dungeon is same type as the first boss of Forsaken Island. Second boss has 4 normal attacks. First attack is swipes. He will do left slash followed by a right slash, and then he does swipe attack. There are 4 variants of swipe, which depend on his HP bar. Variant number 1. If his HP is above 50%, he'll only do left side swipe. Variant number 2. If his HP is below 50%, he'll do left swipe followed by right swipe. Variant number 3. If his HP is above 50, he'll only do right side swipe. Variant number 4. If his HP is below 50, he'll do right swipe followed by left swipe. You can easily notice this by looking at his shoulders. Second attack is 2 slash attacks followed by stab attack and a wave attack. Now, there are 2 variants of this attack. He'll either start this attack chain with a left slash attack or right slash attack. Rest of the attack is always same. Getting hit by this attack gives you a debuff, which can be cleansed, so don't worry about it. Third attack is very similar to his second attack. Boss will do right slash, followed by 2 left slashes, and a cross attack. Fourth and the final normal attack of second boss is also similar to second and third attack. However, for this attack, he'll do 2 right slashes, then he will turn to DPS and do sword smash with his right sword and follow it up with a shockwave. Second boss has 5 special attacks. First special attack is circles into outer donut. The boss will put circles on everyone. Those circles will then slightly disappear and then reappear again. After they reappear again, you need to iframe and then get close to the boss, because he will follow up by an outer AoE circle. Hit by the first circle will stun. This is followed by the boss targeting that person. This can be avoided if the healer is quick on cleansing. Second special attack is Stun Blast. The boss will aim with both of his swords down and then smash them into the ground to put a big stun AoE around himself. This AoE will hit tank in front of the boss and DPS behind the boss. If you fail to iframe this, you'll be stunned and the boss will then target you. However, the stun can be cleansed by healer. Third special attack is Sword Tornado. The boss will lower his sword and then start spinning. This can be blocked or iframed. Fourth special attack is Jump into Wave. The boss will jump at a party member, stunning whoever gets hit by the jump. Then he will do a wave attack, targeting the person he originally jumped at. Which means, if the person has gone behind the boss, he will spin. Target should stay in front of the boss to avoid turning him. Wave has huge hitbox, which means that the wave will hit DPS behind the boss. Pro tip: healers should always be prepared to cleanse the stun received by the jump and to cleanse the bleed effect caused by wave attack, and after that to heal the party members. Fifth and the final attack is Random Wave. The boss will put secondary aggro on one of the DPS or the healer, and then he will attack them with a wave attack. This puts a cleansable debuff on the people who got hit. Second boss has only one key attack, and it's called debuffs. Now, the boss really does have one key mechanic, however, it isn't a simple one. Let's start. Boss will from time to time perform an attack that gives a debuff. This attack must hit a party member or he will immediately wipe whole party. However, if you take 2 stacks of this debuff, you will immediately die. Before you start the boss, assign each person a number from 1 to 5. Each time, have the corresponding player take the debuff while everyone else iframes it. Repeat this in order, so the one person is taking the debuff on every mechanic. If people are down, it's okay to take the hit while you already have the debuff. Yes, you will die, but the boss won't wipe whole party. He signals this mechanic by saying sacrificial target selected. After he says this, he gains a colored puddle effect under his feet. Pay attention to this to figure out where to stand. If the puddle is red, he's going to attack in a circle around him with the debuff. Everyone needs to get out to dodge, except the curse taker who stays in. If the puddle is blue, he's going to attack a large donut around him with the debuff. Everyone stays in and continues DPS, except the curse taker who runs out to take the damage. In hard mode, he does this more often as you lower his HP. Below 20%, he can do it so fast that people have to suicide because everyone can have the debuff. In normal mode, frequency of this is quite forgiving. It's possible to even rotate it between 4 people instead of all 5. Third boss of this dungeon is the hardest one. Several of his attacks grant mana burst debuff. This debuff gives you 4% more damage taken per every stack, up to 5 stacks. Debuff persists even after death. When boss's HP drops below 50%, he'll get 5 minutes debuff. This debuff is basically wipe timer, because if it expires, Antaroth gets impossibly high attack and attack speed. This is hard mode only. Third boss has 5 normal attacks. First attack is 2 upward sword slashes. Second attack is 1 upward sword slash. Third attack is 2 downward sword slashes. Fourth attack is sword slash from above. And fifth attack is blue ball. Third boss has 5 special attacks. First attack is jump. There are 2 types of this attack, either jump on primary aggro or jump at secondary aggro. If you get hit by this jump, you need to be cleansed. If not, boss will do spin attack and kill you. Getting hit by either of these attacks stacks mana burst. Second attack is front hammer into back hammer. Boss's eyes will flash red for a second. This attack is not blockable or iframeable, and getting hit by it stuns. If someone was hit yet wasn't cleansed of the stun, boss will do spin attack. Both hammer hit, attack and spin attack stacks mana burst. Third attack is 2 up, back hammer, same as second attack, just that it only hits 1 to the back. This attack stacks mana burst. Fourth attack is special blue ball. Hard mode and normal mode are different. There are 3 separate beam throw mechanics in hard mode. The first one is the simplest. He gives secondary aggro to the furthest target, holds the orb out to them, then throws a beam at them. The second one is identical to the first one, but it's a resurrection proc. If anyone tries to cast Resurrect, Resurrection Scrolls count. He can target them with the secondary aggro, hold out the orb, and toss a beam. These can be casted back to back, which will be really hard for healers. The third one is random blue balls. He turns to a random target, also that target that will not receive secondary aggro. He faces this target, holds out the orb, punches, then tosses a beam at them. In normal mode there is no resurrect proc. However, he will still target the furthest player with secondary aggro, hold out an orb, and throw a beam at them. Instead of random blue balls from hard mode, in normal mode he will always target tank. This attack stacks mana burst on the beam. Fifth attack is teleport back. He teleports back and uses either front hammer into back hammer or spin. If someone is hit by hammers and not cleansed, the bosses uses spin attack. Every hit of these stacks mana burst. Third boss has 7 key attacks. First one is mana burst. When dispersing collected mana appears on the screen, Antaroth will do whole room AoE attack that cannot be iframed. This attack deals 30k flat damage per stack of mana burst on targets. It also applies a nasty MP debuff which needs to be cleansed fast. This attack cleanses all stacks of mana burst. Second one is red magic. Boss charges up his sword and then does a series of 4 attacks. Trust. This attack can be blocked and iframed. Applies mana burst. Spin. This attack cannot be blocked, but it can be iframed. Applies mana burst and heavy bleed effect that can be cleansed. Half circle blast. This attack cannot be iframed. It deals little damage. Series of AoEs, which is hard mode only attack. This attack cannot be iframed. Hits for 100% of target's HP. This attack can be survived with shields. There are 2 variants of this series. Version 1, Trust, clockwise spill, half ballast on boss's left side, AoE from in to out. Version 2, Trust, counterclockwise spin, half blast on boss's right side, AoEs from out to in. One of the ways to avoid this is to be far away from the boss, at least 25 to 30 meters. This attack is used below 90% of boss's HP. Third one is expanding puddles. Boss will summon 3 expanding puddles, 5 if it's a hard mode, which deal high amount of damage with their edges. This you need to iframe towards center of the puddles or run away. It's a good idea to stand closer to boss so no puddle spawns directly on you. This attack cannot be blocked and it is used under 75% of the boss's HP. Fourth one is no escape. This is hard mode only mechanic. Boss will call out escape option disabled. After that he will cast AoEs on every party member. Getting hit by this AoE applies a long stun debuff to player that is hit and creates a small breakable cage around them. Those AoEs are followed by several medium damage room-wide attacks, which cannot be iframed. Tank can block these attacks and provide 70% damage reduction to nearby party members. This attack is used below 80% of boss's HP. Fifth one is light and dark. Boss will call out enter your final words now. Immediately after, boss will teleport to middle of room and start casting room-wide wipe attack. 5 orbs get summoned on edges of room, 3 light and 2 dark. And each player will get a debuff, 2 light and 3 dark. Players are able to deal damage to opposite color of their debuff. Breaking an orb grants invincibility buff to one nearby player. Use this to survive attack he's casting. Destroy the orb when the runes start to appear on the spell circle. Lancers can skip this mechanic for whole party by using both Guardian's Barrier and Divine Protection at the end of it. This attack is used below 70% of boss's HP. Sixth one is Attack of the Clones. Boss will call out Patience Not Found and then players will get slow debuff on them. After that, boss will teleport to the middle of the room and summon 2 clones. All 3 will teleport in sequence to outer circle of the room and will either use small spin or a blue ball random attack. These attacks apply mana burst. If he teleports to entrance and away from giant portal, he will use spin. If he teleports to giant portal and away from entrance, he will use blue ball throw. Clones will follow soon after him with same attacks as main body used. This attack is only used below 50% of the boss's HP. Seventh one is Cage with Shield. This is hard mode only mechanic. After boss calls out prepare to be deleted, he will teleport to middle of room while slowing down each player. He will cast Cage soon after and get a shield. Each player will get one of 3 debuffs, red, blue, yellow. Players need to look at their debuff and take slice of the same color to refresh their debuff. If not, they will die after it expires. Boss will cast these slices 3 times and taking slice of same color deals 34% of players' HP. Because of that, healers need to heal the party during Cage. Boss will also get shield during cage, and you need to deal enough damage to break it. If not, he'll cast Fourth Slice and wipe the party. This attack is only used below 40% of the boss. While making this video, I used some material from ancestralmana.com, so make sure to visit the page. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. If there are some things that I didn't mention, please comment below. Have a nice day.